Good morning, everyone. This is Active for Life with Randi, Pullar, and today I'm showing you my very early and very active morning routine. Typically, I jump out of bed around 6-ish. My alarm goes off at 5:30. I snooze a little bit. I'm gonna grab my coffee now, and me and the pup are gonna head out on a walk. So I'm excited. I'm gonna bring you to join us. Ready to go, Satchmo? Let's go. Let's go. Come here. Sit. Good boy. Hello. So now that I am out of my house and can talk a little bit more freely without having to worry about waking people up, I can actually talk about my morning routine. Like I said, I wake up at 5:30 in the morning. Most weekday mornings. I sleep in on the weekends, of course. I set my coffee the night before, it's key. It makes my mornings go by so much nicer. I get up and just grab my coffee and head on out. I'm a very low maintenance person, very low maintenance. Probably more than I should be, but who knows? I don't do a lot of care things first thing in the morning because I get up, I go walk. We'll be walking for about 40 minutes to an hour, and then I head home and I do my live morning workouts. And then after my morning workouts, I do all the other personal care type stuff. So it's a pretty low maintenance morning, but it's nice. It starts with some fresh air, some sunshine, active. It really gets my blood pumping. I've been doing this for Satchmo's 3 years old now, so about that. I walk most mornings with him because he needs it. He's a very hyper puppy. So we go walk every morning, and it's been by far the best way I could possibly ask to start my day. It's so lovely. I mean, even in the winter, it's kind of nice. There's some days that I do have to put off the walking in the winter because it gets too cold, but in the summer, if I don't walk the first thing in the morning, then it's definitely too hot later. So that's what I do, and it has been working fantastically for me. I've got my coffee. I got my headphones in. I'm going to be listening to a podcast this morning. I'm big on podcasts right now. Usually I listen to audiobooks during my walks, but I've had a lot on my mind lately, so I haven't been able to get focused in on one story, so I've been listening to a lot of podcasts right now. So I'm gonna go and enjoy my walk here. As you can see, the sun hasn't even quite come up over the mountains. I think right now it's only like plus 17 or 16 or something like that. And as soon as that sun comes up, it's gonna get warm. So Satchmo and I like to just walk around our neighborhood here, and this is one of my favorite stops. Someone in my neighborhood has built a nice little free library, and I like to make a stop here every couple weeks or so to see what they have. It's usually not much. I think the last time I actually took a book out of here was a while ago, but I love books. So how do you not stop and look at the books? See anything good today? If anyone sees anything on here and thinks, hey, you totally should read that, please let me know. Satchmo hates this because I stop. Satchmo, sit. Good boy. So I don't really get very fancy with my walks. I do take a different route, I think, every day around my neighborhood. I'm very lucky to live in a very nice, quiet neighborhood with lots of sidewalks and pathways and such to walk down. So I do feel very lucky about this. I don't really go very far, especially right now. I don't really like to go to the more crowded trails. But we love it. It's so nice around here and it's so quiet this early in the morning. It's just, this is my me time. This is the time that feels good to be outside. It's cool, it's fresh, it's quiet. Oh, just the best. Sun's coming up over the mountains now and it is starting to get warm. So my podcast ended, so I thought I'd come back on here and talk to you guys a little bit about why I have put together my morning routine in the way that I have. So like I said, I get up very early in the morning at like 5:30. I'm walking by 6. And I always, now, I work out first thing in the morning. So you guys will see a little bit of this coming up. I do my live workouts in my Facebook group at 7:30 in the morning, Tuesday to Friday, because this helps me stay accountable and also helps me create a lot of content, which is a lot of fun and great for business and for me. So, but it hasn't really always been this way. So let's take it right back for a second. When I was in college, which is when I first started really focusing on my health and really started to get active and get moving. Before that, I was really like, I didn't want to do anything active. I didn't want to go for a walk. I didn't work out. I didn't do anything for myself really. And I got myself into quite a bad way. I was dealing with some mental health issues, some bad anxiety after a bad breakup. And I had moved and life was weird and my brain just kind of didn't quite adjust as much as I would have liked it to. And I started to just really struggle when I was in college. And then I started to deal with some different chronic pain issues. It's taken years and years. Now I know that it is linked to my joints being a little hypermobile. But for years, I didn't really know that. But thankfully for me, I was one of the very lucky ones who in the beginning, when I started to struggle, before I was deep into all of the difficulties of anxiety and all the difficulties of chronic pain and illness, I had someone pull me to the gym. She literally grabbed my hand, put me in the car and took me to the gym and put me on a treadmill and said, go walk. You'll feel better. Just walk. And I did. And then she pulled me to the gym again and I went on the treadmill and I walked and then I lifted a few things and I did a few crunches. And after a while I realized that it really did make a huge difference in how I felt. Just kind of when we got into the routine of it, that was huge for it. The actual physical doing of it was so good for me. I felt so much stronger, so much happier. I had more energy, and it was always just kind of for me, fitness has always been more of a mental health thing than anything. I was never really trying to change the outside of my body. I was focused on changing on the inside. And that's how I got into fitness. At that time, when I was in college, I was working out kind of like after school, sometimes I didn't have an awesome routine. I was just, I was going to the gym once in a while. After a while, life goes on, you know how it does. Went back to college, and that was probably my most healthy time. I'd like to say right now it's my most healthy time, but it was not. That was for sure my most healthy time. My chronic pain issues, because I hadn't been as consistent with the gym as I would have liked to be, was definitely getting a little bit worse. My mental health was so I went back to college. I have a diploma as a therapist assistant, which is in physio, occupational therapy, and recreational therapy. So I am certified to help out as physio. I went into that because I wanted to learn more about my body, and I wanted to learn more about chronic pain, and I wanted to learn more about why it was that I did feel so much better when I was working out. So that that education right there was just hugely healing for me in itself. But while I was there, I was on a consistent schedule for 2 years where I had to be in class by 8:30 every day. So I made it part of my routine to wake up early in the morning, go to the gym, come home, shower, and go to class. Best time ever. It was so easy to keep the routine going because my schedule was the same every day, because it worked for me, and I felt better than ever when I was on that kind of routine, when I was consistently going to the gym 5 days a week and doing the things and all that. After school, we moved around a little bit more. My routine kind of fell off again, and I am the kind of person who thrives on routine. I need there to be a routine of some sorts for me to really stay on track. I know that it's probably not the best way to be, but it's what works for me. Now, fast forwarding to this year, 2020, the year of everything falling apart. Oh gosh, light, there we go. Routines got thrown off again. I wasn't doing amazingly before all of the COVID stuff hit, but I was starting to build my business at home. I'm working online predominantly, which is really nice. I've got a bit of a routine with a morning job that I have, but switching to working out of the house to into the house, and I stopped going to the gym. The gym didn't feel like a comfortable place for me anymore. It didn't feel like where I wanted to be, so I started working out at home, which works a lot better for me. But I got thrown off of that routine again, switching over to working at home. So then all of a sudden, this year for like a couple months, everybody was at home with me, and it was really weird. And I was used to having this space to myself to work out, to do my things whenever I wanted during the day. But very often I would find that I wouldn't end up doing my workout because I would say, oh, I'll do it later when I have time. I'll do it later when I have time. And there was never time. Go figure. So I ended up missing a lot of workouts, and I was starting to get more sore and more anxious and not feeling great about myself. And I realized I really had to do something about that, which I think is key. Like, everyone's gonna fall off that routine, that wagon. It is, and I will admit, very difficult to maintain a really solid routine and keep it going for as long as, for like all of life. Like, life changes, that's how things go. The best thing that you can learn to do is to look at the fact that you have fallen off this routine and actually make a plan to get back on it. So I made a plan. I decided that, I never stopped walking Satchmo, don't worry, he didn't get neglected. But I made this plan that I was going to start working out first thing in the morning and going live in my Facebook group so that I would stay more accountable, that I would be creating the content that I needed to create, and so that I would be feeling better, so that I would get my workout in first thing in the day and not let it go, not say, oh, I'll do it later, not say that maybe it'll happen sometime this evening, because I know it's not going to. I know it's not going to. So that is why my routine is what it is. That's why I wake up at stupid early o'clock in the morning. For anybody wondering how I do it, please know that I don't stay up very late at night, so that makes it a lot easier. But yeah, that's why my routine is what it is. So I am almost home now, and then I'll be getting ready to set up for the live workouts. So I will see you there. So back home now, you can probably hear Satchmo eating his breakfast in the background there. And now it's time to make myself a little bit of a snack and then get ready to work out. To be honest, my meals are usually very simple. I don't really like cooking. I don't really like big complex meals. I like to keep it simple, and these days, I go through phases. These days, one of my favorite breakfasts is a sourdough or crispy English muffin. Forgot what it was called there for a second. English muffin toasted with a little bit of peanut butter and jelly. Nice, sweet and simple, fuels me with carbs and protein and something a little sweet. I don't actually have a toaster. Apparently this is weird, I don't know why, but I don't have a toaster. I use my oven, because why do I need another thing on my counter when I've got a machine right here that heats up my food? Now while that is toasting up, I'm going to start setting up my living room for my workouts. My living room is not big because you don't need a ton of space to work out. It is kind of bright, a little bit bright. It's a nice little space that I've got here. I've got my workout set up over here. I've got all my stuff that I need. I've got all my weights, which we're going to actually be using today, my yoga mat and my yoga mat and my foam roller over here. My plant's starting to look a little sad, so maybe I need to water it. But this is where I do all of my workouts. So I'm just going to put you down here and set up my space. So filming workouts has been an adventure in itself. Of all the things that I've had to learn how to do when I started my own business and I started going online, filming workouts was one of the bigger struggles that I've had. I think I've finally kind of found a little bit of a setup that works for me. I set my tripod here up on my kitchen table, and then I have a nice big light here that I use to obviously shed some light onto the whole situation. So I'm gonna get all those set up and ready to go, and then I'm going to write my workout so that I can follow along with it. This was one of my bigger struggles. I was never sure how I was supposed to know all the workouts and memorize them, and so I got myself a nice little whiteboard. So I'm going to write down today's workout, which is going to be a back and shoulder workout today. So I'm excited about this one. So when I plan my workouts, which I'm definitely going to be doing a video on just planning workouts in itself, I start by planning all of my workouts into a Google Sheets document here as we open it up. So I've got them all planned out here. This way, you know, come the day, they're still easily changed around and everything. And then I use a planner generally to keep track of the actual workouts that I have done, because I deal with a bit of chronic pain issues and I never really know how I'm gonna feel that day. I plan all my workouts ahead, but I always have kind of a backup plan and I can switch it up as the day goes. Maybe I look at it and go, okay, everything works except for, ooh, my shoulder or my hip or whatever kind of hurts, so I change it up. Kind of the benefits of being a personal trainer and knowing how to change up my workouts for myself. But that's kind of how I plan. I always have a backup plan for my workouts because I never really know, and I don't want to not work out just because something doesn't feel quite right. I always like to still get the workout in, it just might not always look the same, which is totally okay in my mind. So, shoulder and back workout. Let's see. So it's 7:20 now. I've only got 10 more minutes to munch on some breakfast and turn on the camera and get online. So I'm gonna finish writing this out and get to it. Normally I don't recommend eating and then working out right away, but I can't eat first thing in the morning and it doesn't bother my stomach too much to do so. So I do what's right for me, but you do what's right for you. Usually I would recommend that you eat at least like 20-30 minutes, like at least before you work out. But such is life, this is the way my routine goes. Okay, time to get set up for the live video. So while I am filming, this is what I'm looking at. I've got my light, I've got my workout set up, I've got my iPad there to go live with, and I've got my camera set up. So I do film everything on my iPhone because I'm just not fancy enough to have a camera and everything else as well, but that's okay, it works well for me. 6, 7, keep holding. When you're ready, breathe in and out. 1, 2, 5 deep breaths here. In 1, 2, together. 1. So that's it. I'm done filming my morning workout. That is pretty much it for my healthy morning routine. I get up, I walk, I eat breakfast, I do my workout. Super sweet and simple, nothing special to it. I do have to get up a little bit earlier to do this, but I can tell you it is fully worth it. It has always been so worth it for me to do this. Now I'm going to get ready for the rest of my day, wake my husband up, and enjoy a little bit more coffee before I head off to work. Then it's on with my day of working for myself. So that is my morning routine. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to see anything else about my routine, please let me know. I'm going to be posting a lot more vlog style videos coming up soon. I'm very excited about it. It's a new thing I'm trying. I'm going to be doing some planner videos as well, so don't forget to hit subscribe, like this video, leave me a comment, all of those good things, and I will see you next time.